is going on, YouTube? PPS here, back for our last edition, our last football show for what, like 6 months. So it's gonna be kind of like what word am I thinking of? Bittersweet. That's the word. Bittersweet. To kind of have some plays here, but still having some fun with the Super Bowl here. Ton of action, ton of fun little props that we can go to here. I think we're all over the board today. I'm not sure how long this show will be, but we're going to have quite a bit of action. If you are a degenerate, this is the game for you. So, Monotone, how you feeling? How's the Super Bowl looks coming? Are we feeling pretty good?
Yeah, it's not one of the more like exciting on paper matchups, I guess Bengals Rams doesn't have the same, kind of ring to it some of these past games have had. But yeah, I'm still excited. There's a lot of fun stuff you can bet on at this point now, fun stuff to talk about. So I've kind of, every year I kind of view it as like this almost isn't a regular season week. You know what I mean? We've cashed our units, we've had a great year. Let's just kind of sit back and have some fun this week now.
Yeah, so we won't really have the same pass the prop type of feel to it. I won't have like the banners. We won't have the official stuff. Maybe I'll write them up if we both kind of agree that this one kind of feels pretty good. But there is literally you can bet on anything in this game. You could bet heads or tails. Yeah. I know you got some thoughts on the Gatorade color for sure. But yeah, there's just so much action that you can have in one game. It almost makes me think like I should have this type of action on every game.
Yeah, no, that would be fun. I mean, imagine you could bet like first quarter touchdown, like they really let you do whatever you want here. And it's fun. It's definitely a good time.
For sure. Like I said, I don't have the same type of feel here for all of the plays that we'll have, but I have a couple normal props that I like, and I also have a couple more of like those promo plays. So we'll start out with you. Do you have like one not too crazy prop in this game, or are you mostly on the wild side for most of these?
No, yeah, I think my most like normal one that I've written about a little bit this week so far is actually field goals. It's going to be the Bengals over 1.5 field goals or Evan McPherson over 1.5, depending on what your book is. It's different in different books, but yeah, that's the one like kind of down to earth. Like I have a couple of those, but like I actually do feel very good about this one. I mean I don't bet kickers at all. Actually, I've never written up a kicker once this year. I don't think that, was necessarily worth the time in the regular season. But when it's playoff time, there's a lot less edges. There are a lot less, like these lines are very sharp. They know what they're doing at this point in the year. So I think the kicker market was really good. I do like the Bengals kicker to have 2 field goals in this game.
Yeah, I know he's been getting a lot of talk for a kicker. Like there's not many kickers out there that get this type of love on a regular basis ever since he had his calling his shot, in that game there. But so I really only have like one real, like actual, like normal play here. And I like T. Higgins quite a bit in this game. I think I saw it at 68.5 receiving yards. I think that is pretty low with Jamar Chase on most likely Ramsey, or at least more than 50% of his routes, I'm going to assume. Looking at it, he's got 9.5 targets his last 2 games, 10 in one, 9 in the other. And this is a fun one. I don't bet longest reception props like ever, but he had 11 games this year with a 20-yard plus catch in it. And I think that this one easily has that type capability. Obviously, his yak is very nice. But when I look at this game, I don't know, do you have a take on which side you're leaning on in this one? Or are you more of I'm just going to do the crazy props and see what happens?
Yeah, I wish I had a stronger feeling on it. I don't know about you, but I really do wish I felt like the Rams were for sure going to win, or like the Bengals were for sure going to upset. But yeah, I do think the Rams will win. That's kind of, I wrote a first look piece like the day the last games ended, just first look, first thoughts. And it was the Rams at, I believe, -4 is what I wrote it up at.
It got up to 4.5. right?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing now almost everywhere, 4.5. So it's interesting, but all the talk is about the Bengals, right? Everyone kind of wants Joey B, that whole team to kind of complete the Cinderella story this week. So it's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I think the Rams will win, but I'm kind of rooting for the Bengals too, man. It would be fun to see.
Yeah, I have to be on the Rams here. I mean, I've talked about how bad that line is.
Yep.
And now you're literally facing the top one. I really don't know what they're going to do. I was looking at Higgins' receptions for that very reason on the shorter passes, but just I think the sheer volume will get us to the yard mark a little bit easier. Um, but yeah, man, it's so hard for me to trust this Bengals team. Like they're just finding a way to win, and I get it. They're a fun team to watch. They're a fun team to back, but this is a different beast, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, any day you got to go against Aaron Donald. I mean, especially with that offensive line they have, I've been writing about it all week. It scares me. It scares me a lot. I mean, look at what they did to the 49ers last week. You're the one that brought this up, how the 49ers have such a great run block advantage over everybody. It's just kind of been their thing all year. And then look what the Rams did to them last week. They completely shut it down and they won the game because of it. So a lot of tools on that defensive end. It definitely makes it a tough matchup for sure for anyone, but definitely the Bengals.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is gonna be rough, but we got Darren in the chat ready to roll again, guys. If you have any questions, we'll even try to answer your Gatorade color questions if you give them, if you ask them in here. So hopefully we'll get some people rolling in here. We tried a different time, seeing if maybe it works a little bit better with you guys off of work here at the end of the day. But yeah, there's just so many different options here. I'm looking on just DraftKings, and they have their own exclusive plays here. One that I thought was I'll work my way up to being crazy, but
Okay.
obviously the Higgins one. There's one there that's on DraftKings. I think it was plus 170. Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase to have 15 combined receptions and 80 yards each, which I thought was pretty good value, seeing as the lines are like minus 110 on most of those things, and they're higher than those. I think that has good value to it. I'm not sure if I'm going to bet it, but I think that that's a good spot. I think that gives me enough plus money for me to only have to put like 0.7 of a unit to get on this to be enough. But yeah, I think that that's going to be one I roll with. I know it's only DraftKings exclusive, but definitely a spot that I think can make some money for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I don't know about you. I know you talked about Higgins a second ago. I agree with you there. Are you on Chase much this week? Just DFS? Nope, not really.
No, Chase didn't make it. There's just a lot of different ways that you can construct these lineups to get both quarterbacks in if you want. Like both of the quarterbacks aren't even the highest guys. Cooper Kupp is the highest guy here. So, like in that sense of it, I don't have any because he's just like it's so hard to fit in. Like if you want to put Kupp in, you're only getting one QB max, and you're gonna probably have to roll a kicker out there as well. So, I mean, there's just in a one game like this, you have to leave money on the table. You can't try to get it perfect because all these public bettors are going to try to make it exactly perfect, even though it's probably not the best way to do it. But looks like my boy Trevor, Bengals by a milli. I mean, it's tough. I mean, if you've been fading the Bengals, you've been losing money. So now it's like, do you just ride them to the bank and see what happens? But yeah, I just don't know how I see him getting out of this one. The Titans were like 10th in like pass rush, and they got 9 on this dude.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hoping for like a close game, like as long as everything stays competitive, it makes the viewing experience more fun. That's what I'm here for. I mean, as someone who kind of, is picking the Rams in this game, like I would be happy if they won, I guess. But like if they kind of just stomp them, that's no fun for anybody. Your Super Bowl party's over by halftime. So
yeah, like the Broncos won how many years back where I couldn't even watch the rest of it. It was so bad.
All right. I'm curious what you think about the Super Bowl MVP. How about that? Because this is one that's been talked about a lot. I know I see a lot of people kind of calling their shot, picking their winner. There's a debate between quarterback only or go off the quarterback. What do you think about that?
I've seen people posting about Cooper Kupp at 600. I thought that was a good look. I think 6-1 on that, seeing as he's been their best player. Honestly, wouldn't mind, like I said, throwing it on a defensive guy possibly. If you think the Rams are going to win and you don't think it's going to be that high scoring, maybe you go with a defensive guy. Von Miller has won a MVP before, so I mean, there's something like that could work. But I think that if I'm going to do it, I don't want to bet it on a quarterback at like plus 150 like that. That's not what I want. There's so many different ways that this could go that doesn't even come to fruition. Like I'm not trying to get, if I'm betting in the Super Bowl on something like this, there is no chance I'm taking an even money play. No way. No chance.
Yeah.
Jason mentioned this. I'm on DraftKings. I just checked it this morning. So that one I 100% know is at 69.5 to 70.5. I checked it at like 10:30 this morning when I got this in. So I did see the plus money on 5.5, and that was a look I had too there. So do you have a MVP spot? I know some people are talking about your boy McPherson there possibly too.
Yeah, no, I'd absolutely never bet that. In fact, I actually had an argument with someone in a Twitter space where I was like trying to convince them not to bet it because it's such a waste of money, I think. I think if the Bengals win, you have absolutely no chance of cashing your long shot because Burrow's going to win. I mean, like Burrow wins with like one touchdown and like 130 yards. You know what I mean? Like the world loves this guy right now. So if the Bengals win, your long shot's out the way already. So I'm not going anywhere on that side. There's a little bit more of an argument on the other side. People are saying Donald, Miller, those kind of guys. I personally would strongly recommend against betting a defender. Just when you look historically, it just doesn't happen. Like the offensive player has to do so bad. So if I were to go anywhere, Cooper Kupp, I could see that, like you said, at plus 600, just because the guys outshine Stafford a lot this year, just flat out. Kind of like when people look at the game log, they don't go like, wow, Stafford killed it. It's like, wow, Kupp had 150 yards again, what a guy. So I could see going to Kupp as a pivot off the quarterbacks. But yeah, the quarterbacks is where I would stay just because, like, if you want to bet Bengals, just like money line, why not just Burrow MVP? You get like 60 points, I don't know.
Yeah, there's quite a few different ones to go. Jason said that Chase and Higgins are off. Trevor mentioning, I know this came up in one of my chats, that 3.5 sacks just kind of seems like a gift, especially if they're into like throwing downs. Like that could be pretty easy. Like that could be first half, and then it could be like 2 drives in the second half. Like that. If they fall behind, I just have a feeling this is going to get out of hand real quick in those pass only situations.
Yeah, no. Okay, so that's interesting. A lot of people are talking about the offensive line, obviously for good reason. I mean, it's almost impossible to ignore. Are you then on the Joe Burrow rushing yards bandwagon? Because I thought about it. I'm curious.
It moves so much. It went from like 7.5 to 12.
Yeah.
Now people betting the unders like 10.5 now. Like that's so much movement, man. I'm not gonna touch it personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just something that just seems off about that moving that much on that, but yeah, I'm gonna be off of that one for
That's
sure.
fair.
I'm gonna look at a couple of the other ones here. What is your thought on Mixon in this game? I've been seeing people all over the place on Mixon. I mean, I'm looking at here, his prop is so low. He's like 45-1 to win the MVP of the game. Aaron Donald is 15-1. So, like that's just another one there.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, I hate to say it, the numbers are low, but I'm definitely not on Team Mixon this week. I mean, after what they did to the 49ers last week, I mean, if there's any team that can run the ball on command, it's the 49ers. And what the Rams held them to last week was pretty pathetic. And that's the best run team we've seen, the best run system we've seen in the last 5 to 10 years. Shanahan, no one does it better than him. So the way that the Rams just completely shut it down, just from start to finish, there was no hope for the 49ers in that game. I think the same kind of thing might happen to Mixon right here. So definitely not the rush yards. And then you look, maybe receptions is the place to go. Somebody in chat, Jason, just mentioned it. P. Ryan is starting to get really involved in the pass catching game. So Mixon suddenly isn't even as dependable there. It's not something I'm not into Mixon in the Super Bowl very much at all.
Yeah, it's tough to go back to that. I mean, like I said, this Rams front it's tough. It's tough. I'm looking at a few of the other DraftKings promos out here before we kind of get into some crazy ones. But I'm looking here. I mean, you can get both teams to score 25 points, Burrow and Stafford over 250 at plus 450 odds. That was one I did look at prior to. It's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I trust this Bengals offense to score 25 points on this Rams defense.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? The Super Bowl narrative that kind of always happens is teams kind of start slow in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So even if that offense is running on full cylinders in the second half, if you only score, 7 points, 3 points in the first half because you get off to a slow start, then suddenly you can't hit that 25 number. So yeah, it's interesting. There's some downsides, but that number does sound actually really sneaky to me. I think that's a pretty solid spot right there for plus 450 at least.
Another one of my dudes, Nick, coming in here with that under total rushing receiving. Sitting at 90 yards. Remember when Mixon used to have over 90 rushing yards in games this year? Yeah. I mean, people are kind of seeing it the same way as us, obviously moving these lines down. But man, yeah, I feel like this game, in my head, it's really hard for me to see a way that the Rams don't win.
Yeah, it's it's tough. I'm hoping for it though. You know what I mean? Like I don't want the Super Bowl to end on a kind of blowout way. I think there's hope for the Bengals. I'm not as pessimistic as you are towards it. I think they can keep it close at least. I think they can give it a good chance. I mean, Burrow's kind of willed it to this point so far. There's no reason he can't keep it going at least a couple more quarters.
Oh, for sure. And there's like some of these like trappy DraftKings lines, like you're getting plus 150. Either Joe Mixon or Cam Akers have over 99 rushing yards. What do you think the odds are on that? Or did I say it?
I think you said plus 150, right?
Yeah. Like that's awful.
Yeah, I don't
what
like
the
that.
Hell is that, dude? I don't even know if they'll get that combined.
Yeah, no, Mixon, gets the toughest matchup in the league, and the Rams are split 3 ways. You're right. No, for anyone that's watching, they are trying to trick you right now with those. They're trying to get you in as many. You notice how in the last one it was 25 points, not 24 points. That's an extra possession that someone's got to score, even though just in your head it doesn't sound that different. But that's like a key number right there. That puts red flags up for us. So it's interesting the way they do it.
Yeah, there's just so many different options here. Really like the DraftKings line of Chase over 3.5 rushing yards. I don't know. I mean, they do try to find a way to get him the ball.
Yeah. So I'm curious what you think. One of mine is Kupp rushing yards, not. I stayed away from Chase. I went with Kupp. I was looking at them both. What scares me with Chase is they just haven't done it that much yet. You know what I mean? Like he's only a rookie. He doesn't necessarily get the full crazy playbook. They don't really rush with them that much. They do a little bit more with Kupp. So I got plus 250 for Kupp to have, I believe, 2 rushing yards on the other side or 1 rushing yard.
That's not bad. I don't mind that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's actually a solid bet. I like a couple Kupp bets this week. I don't know what you think about Kupp. I think a lot of people are kind of scared maybe by, how almost popular he is, right? He's been such a star for fantasy football this year. I got him on that DraftKings promo, that brought it down to plus 100. A lot of people were saying that was a trap, but I mean, Kupp scores touchdowns at an extremely high rate. You know what I mean? So I want to take advantage of it. I'm also on Kupp first half touchdown at plus 160. So for him to just have a touchdown in the first half, he's done that in the last 2 playoff games. And then, for him to have a couple rushing yards too. Why not? Plus 250, I'll take it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think that first half rushing one is that's pretty crazy. I'm surprised it's even giving you that much money on that one.
Yeah. You can also get first quarter too.
Yeah, that's nuts. I did see your article on that. That was good stuff. Like to see those. So does that mean I guess, can you answer that? Is that lock of the century?
Yeah, no, see, I'm not looking at it that way at all. I'm more looking at it like rather than betting on like guys like Shoni Michelle who could have 0 yards or could have 50 yards, rather than betting on him to have 17, I think it's better to take the risk and hope he has kind of a ceiling game at 11-1. You're only risking $10 as opposed to like $100, but it'll give you a good time. So yeah, I don't, maybe Mitchell I think he probably gets there, but it's not like, do you really want to be sweating Sony Michelle carries in the Super Bowl if it's not for like plus 1100? You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't have anything on Michelle personally in this one. I guess this is what people probably came here to listen to here is, did you think that Drake's bet is a good bet?
Drake's bet on just straight up on the money line, right? It was like
he took straight money line. He put $500K on Odell Beckham over receiving yards, and I believe it was 600 on him to score a touchdown. And then I think he put another 700 on, so he ended up with like 1.8 million out. And he put the 700K on him on the Rams to win.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know about you. I like the Rams to win, so I'm with Drake there. And then I think OBJ at least gets rushing or receiving yards. So, hey, I'm not here to argue with Drake. He's a pretty successful guy. You know what I mean? But
yeah, he's throwing some big boy money out there for that one. I obviously know they're friends and stuff. So,
So are you worried about the Drake curse then? Because I'm starting to get a little worried about that, right? Like if all of us are together sitting here waiting for OBJ, it's starting to feel like he suddenly falls 1 yard short. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was saying this to a buddy. I'm like, he's probably gonna get tackled on the 1 yard line or something.
Yeah.
Vegas won't let him win that much money.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he betted on some like not even wasn't a big Vegas book. It was like a Bitcoin book. I'm pretty sure he betted on, but I don't know. He's Drake, man. He can bet on whatever he wants.
I'm pissed right now because I had a long shot on Tyrese Halliburton double today, and it was 3 plus 330. And with the news that Brogdon's out, it went down to 220, and I didn't put it in time.
Oh, really?
But I posted it, so I posted it to everybody in time. But now with him ruled out, it's down that much, dude. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I like the value on that though.
Yeah, so it's a long shot. Might as well take a couple today with this NBA slate. There's just so much news everywhere, so it's hard to keep up today. I've been doing more. I'm trying to stay away from a lot of these games because there's so much injuries and news and stuff happening all the time now. It's impossible to keep up with.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about probably the most important bet of the Super Bowl. I need your opinion on who's going to score the first touchdown.
Oh. It's got to be somebody that's not normal. It can't be normal, can it?
If it's Cooper Kupp, I'm going to be real sad. I'm not going to bet 6-1 first touchdown. It's the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
If I had to guess, my bet would probably, just because, like, I'm pretty sure when Everett was playing, like Gerald Everett, I know used to play there with the Rams, and he was scoring those first touchdowns quite a bit, like a couple years back with the Rams. This just screams like a Higbee touchdown right here. I don't know what it's at, but that was my first initial guy that just comes off as not crazy, but not the first three guys somebody's gonna bet.
Yeah, no, I did I went on the other side. I did the same thing. I went with Uzama.
What is he all right? Like,
so he didn't look all right. He looked fucked up.
That's what I mean. Like, he looked like he literally broke his leg, dude.
Yeah, no, the injury looked terrible, but like he's been doing press all week and he keeps saying he's playing. He like got up on stage. I don't know if you saw, he took his like knee cast off and threw it up in the air and was like, talking about how it's the Super Bowl. He's not missing this game. So that got me real fired up. I was like, okay, he's not missing this game. He's scoring the first fucking touchdown. So that's kind of where I'm going in this one.
Yeah, no, I like the tight ends here. I think that's a good spot. Nick's asking, what are Jefferson's odds? I mean, the thing is with Jefferson is you got to hope it's early because he ain't scoring from inside the 10, 20. He's scoring 40 yards out. That's his MO. So got to get that from like a 40-yard out on the first couple drives there before.
I don't mind that though. At least that one's realistic. You know what I mean? At least Jefferson's out there on the field. You should see some of the people are betting this week. You know, we're getting real creative with some of the guys. Like the Ben Skoranek guy, I think, is getting bet pretty hard. He's like their fifth string receiver. You know, people get creative, man. People get creative.
Looking at here, I'm on the Super Bowl special novelty props on DK. We'll rapid fire a couple of them here. I'll rapid fire them to you. You give me, don't think about them because obviously this does not matter. Or at least this doesn't there's really no way for you to cap this unless it's like the Gatorade color, which you could. But I won't ask that one. Sorry, my dog's all moving around out here, but let me grab him. First one here, let's go. Any kick to hit the uprights, plus 400 for a yes.
Plus 400. Oh God. Well, I mean, to hit the upright, I would probably. I mean, I don't know about that one, guys. I don't know if there's any. I'm already betting a kicker tonight. I'm already betting Evan McPherson. Field goals. I don't know if I need to bet any more on special teams. Welcome back.
Yeah, no, you just needed to. I don't even know what he won. Yeah, first week with the dog. They always tell you the good things, never the bad ones. So, yeah, I saw that one was plus 400. Heads or tails?
Just please, guys, just don't bet this. Just bet it with your friend. You're paying VIG. You're paying 5 cents of VIG to bet a true 50-50 bet. So just bet it with your friend if you want action on it. They won't take your money like Vegas.
Oh, yes. Trevor has his question in here. The octopus.
I saw that one too. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's plus 1,400 for a yes.
Yeah, the odds are terrible.
I would love to say yes, but if I'm thinking about it, I think the only guy I could see doing it is Cup.
Well, I mean, it's not that it's well, I think it's funny that it's an option, but the odds are just, it would have to be 100 to 1. This doesn't happen that, I don't know, there's no reason I would ever bet that, just to be honest. It's the Super Bowl, so I know people are betting it. I mean, there are, but come on. I don't know. Are you interested in it? I'm not at all.
Not at the odds. Looking at it, it's only plus 1,400 on DK, so. I'm looking at this, though. This is the craziest one. Is for the team to win the coin toss to win the game. And what's the money line, right? What's the money line for Cincy?
What is it? Plus 170, 180, something like that?
Because I'm looking at it for the Rams to win the toss and to win the game is only plus 170. And the Bengals is plus 370. So I'm like, what the? That's crazy. It's literally 50-50 on one of them. And then you're going to be, plus 200 on one side versus the other on it. It's the only reason I ask is that just seems like crazy difference,
Yeah, I think it's even funny that they're offering it once again. I mean, we're, I don't know how much I want to have invested in the coin flip. I don't know about you, but maybe. I mean, you're right. It's not interesting odds. I don't know.
All right. Jamar Chase to outscore Joe Mixon in fantasy points.
I did see someone talk about this. It seems like Mixon is the safer choice, right? Because running backs just kind of accumulate fantasy points easier. But I would still pick Chase just because, man, I don't feel good about Mixon. I think the reason Mixon's number is a little more juiced is because he has the rushing touchdown upside. It's a lot easier to hand him the ball off in the red zone. But I would still pick Chase there. I don't know about you.
Jamar Chase is minus 140 on that bet.
Oh, I thought he would be not favored. Interesting.
Yep, there's that. And then all right, well, this is our we'll do one more match bet. Do you think Odell Beckham is worth minus 200 to have more yards than Tyler Boyd? I think that's worth minus 200.
Wow. Yeah. Can you parlay that with something? If you could
I don't
parlay
think
that.
you can. I'm playing around. I don't think you can.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no. Tyler Boyd he's going against two deep safeties. He's a slot receiver, so that could benefit him. But no, I mean, I talked about this a couple times on the show. They just never look for Tyler Boyd in that offense. So I would definitely take Odell. I wish you could get better than minus 200, but yeah, no, I would take him head to head for sure.
I'm looking at this one. Let's go. Oh, this is a good one. Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins combined to beat Cooper Kupp in receiving yards. Cooper Kupp is plus 105.
So wait, so it's Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins, you said?
Combined versus Cooper Kupp, and they're only minus 130 with two guys.
Wow, that's an incredible market. Wow, I kind of want to bet on that. I don't even know what side. I just two guys. You have to take two guys, right?
I mean, I don't know a way I could do the other way.
That's kind of incredible. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these crazy ones. Like there's like 5 scroll downs worth. First running back to hit 20 receiving yards. So it doesn't matter who has more, just whoever hits it first.
Is Samaje Perine on there?
I know, I wish. I'm looking. First wide receiver to 30 yards. Higgins or Beckham. Like this is nuts.
Yeah, it's just like it's literally who. I mean, that's kind of almost betting the kickoff, right? Which team gets the ball first? Who gets the first pass on that? Like that's kind of crazy, right? I like it. Hey.
If Chase is shadowed by Boyd definitely go to Boyd. Yeah, I think Boyd is definitely worth more of the reception spot, right? I mean, there's really no way to bet his yards. Like I don't trust him at all. Let's look. Dude, there's some crazy things on here, man.
Oh, have you seen some of the offshore offerings? The stuff that you can bet on, like Eminem's hair color and stuff like that. Have you seen any of the halftime show bets?
I haven't. No.
Some of that stuff is very. You can bet on like the first song that's going to be played.
Oh yeah, no, I did see someone post that.
Yeah, I don't know if we got any experts in the chat that want to give us any of the good plays there, then let us know for sure.
Yeah, no, someone mentioned that California Love was like plus 700 to be the first song played. Like, how?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the argument I saw is people were saying it was going to be the last song played too. So who knows? Hey, man. I mean, why not, right? I mean, it's the Super Bowl. You're taking a guess. I mean, there will be inside info at some point. Someone will leak something. They normally take it down by the time it gets leaked. So
yeah. No, for sure. I'm looking at a lot of the other crazy ones here. But a lot of them aren't. Oh, there's your Jamar Chase rushing yards. Joe Mixon to rush for 10 plus yards in the first quarter, minus 175.
Yeah, that's the thing they're boosting to plus 100 now. That's their daily boost, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about that then? At plus 100, would you bet that? Him to have 10 first quarter rushing yards?
I don't know. That's ridiculous. I can't even fathom that. Like, how do I even cap that?
You don't cap it. I mean, it's the Super Bowl, man. You just bet it. You just look at it and go, that sounds right. Yeah, I'll put, $20 on that. Why not?
Well, I'm looking here and I'm looking at fastest ball carrier is a fucking bet. Fastest ball carrier. One is Jamar Chase, Matthew Stafford, 650 to 1.
Hey man, why not? It's the Super Bowl. Who knows?
I mean, you might as well sprinkle Perine. He's 14 to 1.
Really? So is that just on one play? Is all you need then to register, qualify?
Yeah, Van Jefferson's ranked 2, so
interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Why not take a shot right there? I don't mind Perine at all. I kind of like Perine in this game, so he'll be in a couple of my DFS lineups, I would imagine. He'll sneak his way in there.
Yeah, there's some value, which I mean, there really isn't value. I mean, it's a 1-game slate. So, have any thoughts on an actual realistic bet here of the over 48.5 or 24?
I think first half, I think it starts slow. I kind of believe that narrative in general with the Super Bowls. I think just a lot of pressure, a lot of, you're at feeling the craziest you felt in your whole life. It's probably a dream of you, that you had. So yeah, I would say first half under, second half over is kind of how I feel. Is look how I look at it in general.
Okay. Looking, I don't think we have any other specific questions. Is there a bet for Eminem to wear a hoodie?
I think there is. Yeah, you can bet like on I think the categories like it's like very general. It's like what covers his head. You can bet like hat, hoodie, no hat, no hoodie. You know what I mean? Just really giving us anything possible to bet on right now. It's great.
All right, first offensive play of the game, minus 140 for a rush, plus 120 for a pass, or 115.
Yeah, I wish this was the. I really wanted to bet the rush in the Rams Niners game, but it feels like there's no edge here now that it's two teams that pass. I would just probably bet pass just because. I mean, why not? But
And it's plus money.
that's probably the trick that they got us in, right? Everyone's probably like me and just looks and goes plus money to pass. Yeah, I could see that, and then we probably all will lose, but that's okay.
Let me take a peek at the next one. All right. Either team to get sacked on the first play is plus 2,500. Touchdown on the first play, plus 5,000. Or to commit a turnover on the first play, plus 2,000.
I mean, I probably wouldn't bet any of those personally. I don't know. Touchdown on the first play would be crazy, but yeah.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I found one that I like. Total players to have a pass attempt. Over 2.5 at plus 150.
Slam the over. This is the real kind of bet we're getting into right here. I'm 100% on board with the over right here. I don't know about you. Have you looked in at this one at all?
No, but I just have a feeling that would probably be the over. I mean, OBJ just threw it in the last game, didn't he?
Yeah, and I mean, think about all these crazy Super Bowl moments over the last couple of years. You know what I mean? It's the Brady play, it's the Philly special, and then Brady then kind of copying it, like all that stuff. It's other people throwing the ball. Trick plays happen all the time. Plus, you got to remember too, the Rams they faked more punts than anyone I can remember this year. The punter is also the the holder for a field goal, so he gets out there and he can throw the ball too. So why not, man? I definitely slammed the over at plus 150. It's. I mean, these coaches wait all year to kind of show off their crazy plays that they all written up for the Super Bowl. So I'm 100% on that over.
I agree. I do like that one. This one is a little bit more fun. That I think I would take the under. Total players to have a pass reception. 13.5 is the line there.
Wow. Interesting.
It sounds high, and it is juiced to the under, but like I'm thinking about it, like I have to bet the under if I bet anything in that one.
Yeah, it's just like how many possible I guess the thing that might hurt you a little with the under is both these teams run 2 tight ends, not just one. So you could see Uzama and Sample, especially if he's injured. And then we've seen the Rams backup get involved a couple times. Plus, both teams have kind of deep running back wide receivers. So you could see a couple, just guys have one catch out of the backfield, like P. Ryan or Chris Evans, who a lot of people forget about. Henderson is back too, Michelle. They could stack up. I don't know. I probably would fade that just because I have no clue who's going to win. But yeah, I don't know. It could stack up. I could see it for sure.
Perfect. Well, do we have any other questions in here? This one Trevor did bring up in our chat about the opening kickoff. What's your thought on that one?
Yeah, it looks like I grabbed this way before. Like I talked about this one on a couple spaces, I guess, earlier in the week. I definitely like the to be returned, but they hammered those odds. I mean, I bet it at like plus 175. It's like minus 110 now. So at minus 110, I don't know. But have you heard about this? Did you hear the
Yeah,
news?
someone was explaining it to me, but if you want to explain it to people, I'm sure you probably know more about it.
Yeah, so pretty much the kick, like the ball, they don't let the kickers like mess with it at all, right? They just give them this brand new ball that it'll be kicked once and then immediately brought to the Hall of Fame directly after. And so pretty much the kicker doesn't get to like mess around with it. Kind of, they're always like breaking it in almost a little bit. And apparently it's heavier. Pat McAfee obviously told a story, and that's kind of what brought everyone on this bet. That's what I'm seeing a lot of people reference it, is because he mentioned how he was so excited, he's one of the best, touchback guys in history, and he couldn't even get it, through the end zone because of how hard the ball was. And how he felt like he was kicking a brick. So apparently that is the story behind it. McAfee has a great history kicking touchbacks. He did not kick a touchback. He told everyone it hurts his foot. So now we're all betting there to not be a touchback. And I'm with it. I'm part of all the degens that ran to go bet it.
I still don't understand why a hard ball travels less further.
Well, I don't think it travels further. I think you kick it and you go, fuck, it hurt.
Yeah, it hurts.
Exactly. It doesn't go as far. I think that's probably.
You know what's going to end up happening here?
What?
Is they're going to squib it, and the guy's going to let it go right through the end zone.
That would be a brutal beat, because when you see the squib, you're going, yes, I'm getting a return right here for sure. You're probably already counting your money in your head. And then,
doesn't that just seem like something that would happen in this? Like, with how much people are actually paying attention to this, it's going to be a squib, very good squib, or what if it goes out of bounds?
Yeah, no, if it goes out of bounds, I'll be very frustrated for sure. I mean, I felt so good about it at plus 175. You know what I mean? When you hit something early and you feel like you're part of the group that got in on it early, and then now it's minus 110, the whole world bet it, and it's been featured on like a radio show that everyone listens to. You're like, fuck, this feels like a terrible bet now. He's definitely going to kneel down in the end zone. We'll see.
Yeah, you might as well just run it, right? You might as well just run out with it. If you're going to catch it, you're in the freaking Super Bowl.
I hope so.
All righty, let's take a look here. Trevor comes in with science. Like it. I love it, love it, love it. Isn't the prop no touchback? So I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Oh, he's right, actually. He's right. If it did go out of bounds, then yeah, it would cash. He's right. The wording is, yeah. Okay, that's good. Good to know then. So out of bounds would be a good beat.
Yeah, so you want the squib to have a shitty bounce and go out.
Yep. That's what we're hoping
26 of 28 and 8 for 10, I think, since the kickoff spot change. So that's good info to have. I know he did put that in the chat, and I was reading it. Obviously, there was a lot of stuff in there. So I read it and I'm like, oh, and then I bet it, but I didn't read all of it. I'm just like, oh, if we have enough people in here I like it too.
There you go.
Perfect. All right, let's go through a couple more, and then if you have any of your crazy props that you do like, we'll get to those.
Should we end it with a touchdown? Do you think there's anything worthy of getting a 2-leg touchdown going, or do you think the odds have kind of killed it almost?
I think the odds are probably crazy. We might as well just take a long shot, one of these, like a long shot, like same game. So like one of them could be Joe Burrow, Stafford, 375 passing yards each, plus 2,500. Like something crazy like that,
yeah.
We'll make each one of us can make our own, kind of like we do for Pass the Prop NBA. Because, this one just kind of, I feel like all these touchdown props just been hammered.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was brutal too, because normally when you get your first look at the prop board, you see like spots that stick out, you see value, but everyone kind of knows by Super Bowl time, Vegas they're ready. There's not going to be any value on this board. If there was value, it's long gone the day before the Super Bowl. I hate to be the one that breaks that news to anyone here, but the beautiful part is we all know that, we all accept it, and we still bet on it anyways because it's fun. So that's what I'm going to keep doing this year.
All right. Do you have any other of like the maybe Gatorade colors, any of those? Do you have any?
So I was worried to share this. I did bet Gatorade orange because the Bengals are orange, right? Real hard hitting analysis. But somebody did tell me recently that the stats are overwhelmingly not supportive of that, and that it's almost never the team color; it's the color Gatorade the team likes drinking. And you're not gonna. That information apparently does get leaked right before game time when enough people have been able to see what the Gatorade color is, but normally they take it off by then. So I'm just gonna have to hope it's orange, but I think I'm wrong already. So I don't want to share that with people because I was proven wrong with the stats that Bengals equals orange was not enough analysis, unfortunately.
All right. I have one that I really, 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 really like that I just found. And I don't know how I didn't bet this earlier. But if this is going to be my biggest play probably of the Super Bowl at this point. They have a cross-sport special with MMA.
Oh.
Okay. And I cap MMA pretty hard. I love MMA. I love UFC. And so this weekend is actually a pay-per-view, a huge title fight in Texas. Israel Adesanya is defending his title against Robert Whittaker. Pretty big fight. Whittaker did lose to him, I believe, 3 years ago as the champion, and Izzy hasn't lost it since. So this is a huge fight. First one was in Australia. Now they're in Texas. Izzy's been on fire. It could go 5 rounds. I think it goes under. The line that Vegas is giving is 4.5 rounds. And on DraftKings, they give me a cross-sport special. Will there be more total rounds in the Whittaker fight or touchdowns in the Super Bowl? Okay. So I personally don't think this goes the full distance. So if it doesn't go the full distance, that would be it's 4 or lower.
Yeah.
So I personally am probably going to be betting the under 4.5 rounds. That's a play I'll probably post somewhere, I'm sure. But the tie, I don't like. I don't think it's going to be a tie. The thing is Whittaker and Adesanya both have the ability to finish the other guy, right? They're both heavy hitters. Adesanya is probably one of the best kickboxers in the world. If he finishes his fight, and we get 3 touchdowns, or I only need 4 touchdowns to cash this. I think we get 4 touchdowns in this game.
Yep.
Especially if it says total round, so it's not going to count the half. So like if you bet this fight and you bet the under 4.5, it can go 2.5 minutes into the 4th round or into the 5th round, and it still would cash your bet. The thing that's saying here is total round. So if I get him to knock him out in the mid to the end, like the last minute of the fight, it still goes back to 4. So I think that gives us a huge edge there. I really like it. I think it's at minus 150 for total touchdowns, and I think that's still even value. I think that's a great spot. I think the Rams get at least 3 here, and I mean, I don't see the Bengals getting shut out.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, I don't know shit about MMA, but obviously you were convincing enough right there. And then, yeah, I think more than 4 touchdowns are going to be scored in this game for sure. I would say 4 is the floor. I think that's the minimum touchdowns you see in this game. So, yeah, no, I'll definitely hit that with you then. If you're confident in it, then I'm confident in it.
Yeah, that fight's huge. It's a big fight. One's from New Zealand, one's from Australia. Both countries that already have a rivalry, and they're kind of the 2 biggest names from there. The first fight only lasted 8 minutes.
Really?
So we would have only needed 2 touchdowns to beat this. So I think there's still a ton of value on this line, and I think I'll probably be betting that by the time game comes around.
No, yeah, that's great. Cross-sport stuff's always fun. I remember last year I had a great one, man. I had an absolute fire one. It was like, what was it? It was Zion PRA head-to-head against something else. And I forget what it was. And I hammered Zion over, because obviously last year he was a PRA monster. And it hit so easily. I forget what it was, but I might need to look at the basketball ones then, because I don't know if there are any this year. But that was my absolute favorite last year for sure.
Tell me why I shouldn't sell a kidney on the black market and put all that money on the Rams to have more sacks than the Bengals at minus 200.
Oh, that's another. Oh, that's good. I mean,
why would I not just put my entire life savings on it?
They probably won't let you bet more than 100 on it. That's probably the real answer to your question.
Damn, dude. All right, well, let's take a long shot one. Let's do our 2 long shots and then head out because I got to get a couple more adjustments to my DFS lineups before NBA locks up here. So, do you have anything that sticks out to you personally? Is there anything that kind of, like when you looked at it, says, oh, those odds are a little bit off? Is there anything there that kind of, I don't know, gets you thinking a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, just like in terms of just the most realistic one, like I talked about a little earlier, it's the Cup rushing yards at plus 250. I mean, that's just about, I've for plus 250, one rushing yard, sign me up all day long. So I do like that one as a more realistic one. But yeah, no, I talked about Sony Michel a little bit earlier. If you want to get, it's plus 1100, you're taking some risks, obviously. But when you look at it, Cam Akers has not only had a fumbling problem, he has health issues. Now, there's a chance Sony Michel just gets out there. They ride the hot hand. McVay's done that his whole career. We've already talked about why we're scared of Mixon earlier in the show, right? Absolute terrible matchup. 11-1. I think you can make a lot worse bets than Sony Michel leading rusher. It just takes a couple good beats to go his way, and he gets there pretty easily. So, and he might even win with only 50 yards. So that's probably one of my favorite long shots at plus 1100.
Yeah, I think that's not bad. I know, like I said, I did read your article there. One thing that I did like, this one isn't any crazy ones, but total field goal yardage for the Bengals at 60.5 yards. McPherson, if there's a chance, is going to kick a field goal here. He's got enough hype. If he gets a 40-yarder and all I need is a chip shot before half, maybe? I mean, also, you're indoors, and you're telling me he doesn't – if it's like before half or they're like 60 yards, I think he would try it. If it's going to give me 60.5 yards at minus 110, I thought that one was a little bit weird, seeing as we've seen McPherson be kind of in everything.
Yeah, no, sign me up. I'm on board there. I love that. Yeah, I didn't see that at all. I love that. I'm already on his total kicks. That's 2 kicks easy. You know what I mean? And hey, like you said, 61-yarder before half, either that or Hail Mary. They'll probably give him a shot. They have all year. So yeah, no, I love that. I'll definitely get it.
That was the one that kind of was like, all right, that one doesn't make that much sense to me. It just kind of came off a little weird there. All right, well, we'll close up shop. Thank you guys for popping in here for our quick little talk. You guys are the best. Love the analysis. Thank you so much. We'll be back. Maybe we'll talk about what we'll do soon on what our new chance is going to be with all these with NFL being done. Maybe more NBA. Maybe start having Monotone talk some golf and help me out, make some money. I am on Taylor Gooch to win at 66-1. He is my guy this week, and I have Xander top 10 for a pretty easy one there. So I'm hoping he can stay there. He's playing pretty well. But, man, if Taylor Gooch can give me a 66-1, he's sitting in third place right now. So I've been just throwing little freaking dimes at these long shots. I might as well.
There you go. No, it's a great sweat. Yeah, come over, join the Discord, join the golf community. It's fun. It's a good sport to bet on.
Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made, that's for sure. But yeah, let's close it up. You got anything to say, Monotone, before we head out tonight?
Yeah, I appreciate anyone that tuned in. Obviously, I'm just excited. It's the Super Bowl. It means we unfortunately don't have any, exciting props to go to next week. But hey, enjoy it while we have it. It's the last week, so we got to make sure it's a fun one.
Love it. Yeah, like I said, there's a ton of stuff to bet on. Again, our links are in the description of this video. If you have any other questions on these prop ones, if you want to look cool at a party and you want to ask questions about something like a prop that does look a little crazy, we'll give you our best guess, give you our best answer, best handicapping we can do for you, because everybody, maybe there's a girl you want to impress at a party, maybe there's a dude you want to impress at a party. If the ladies are in here, ask away. We'll do our best. We'll try our best to help you guys out to make some money. So thank you guys so much. Have a fun time. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And enjoy UFC this weekend. It's going to be a fun pay-per-view. I'll be watching that one too. So thank you guys. We'll talk on Wednesday.